Ad News is here on day 2 of Mlab 2016. We're here this morning talking to Foxtel, IAG and Kellogg about the highlights from this morning and the role of storytelling for brands. What were some of the highlights for you guys this morning?
Storyful and Unruly really captured the emotion even for us in there. Brands need to tell authentic stories and they need to tell them consistently and at scale. The platforms that people access content on demand that. In insurance, it can actually be quite an emotional thing, but it can also be quite boring and people are not interested. So it's a real challenge for us how we can capture that emotion and connect with our customers.
Snapchat allows you to take a picture and turn it into a story.
How do you guys view Snapchat? It gets talked about a lot. It's a brand new kind of platform, a little bit unproven, but there's a lot of hype around it. Do you think that it's more than hype? Is it something that you guys can use in your brands?
People are having a lot of fun with it. So as advertisers, we've got to embrace that in conjunction with our own storytelling and work out how that fits into what we're trying to say, trying to be part of that story in a relevant way.
Twitter was also here this morning talking about Twitter Live and kind of broadcasting live content through Twitter. A lot of the examples were from the US with the kind of sports partnerships they have. What opportunities do you think that sort of live broadcast on Twitter offers you as advertisers?
We sponsor sports. Ironman series is one key example. So thinking how we could leverage that harder and leverage the brand within that as well, I thought was really interesting.
The influencer thing is a huge part of sort of storytelling, and that was something that came out this morning as well. And I think a number of the presentations talked about the democratization of content and handing that kind of your brand over to content creators. And Tumblr was there talking about its creators network. How are you kind of looking at that influencer space, and how do you view that as a marketer?
Certainly in that example with Tumblr, you could hand over a brief and actually give some sort of guidelines, which I guess gives us a little bit of assurance. And then I guess it's taking a leap of faith and really putting our brands out there, which I think we've definitely got to become braver with that. And then I think there's endless possibilities with what could happen.
What better way to make content that's going to resonate with an audience than using that same audience to actually create the content for you?
The individual now has a power to broadcast their message to millions of people. It's right there, the infrastructure's there. So we have to embrace these individuals and their creative pursuits and work with them with our brands to tell these stories and tell our stories.